stencils and addiction that doesn't hurt. Paper and ink, that's where my heart is. You do you, but I can't resist this. Oh, I'm a Stampers Anonymous.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a morning it is today that we're starting again with another one of our Curations releases. Here with Trev and Matt, Will, Jess is with us today.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Tom's in the back already getting the website ready to go to get all the product up and live for everyone. So we welcome everyone to be with us and excited to have a couple of new additions. Every time we do this, we get some new people that are making for us. Obviously, it's always fun to have people from around the country and other makers that do things with Tim's brands, Sizzix or Ranger, Ideology, Free Spirit, and all of the different brands volunteer to help with us. So recently in Florida, I ran into Jennifer Williams, and Jennifer was talking about what she does with Ranger. And I said, well, gosh, it'd be nice if you might want to consider doing some stuff with us. And she just jumped right in, and here she is as one of our new makers and really did some great things for us. So that was a great surprise and a nice addition. And then someone that's near and dear to all of our hearts, his name's Tim Holtz. He's also submitted some stuff this time.
Hi, Tim.
So Tim's hopefully with us, with Mario. So good morning to everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
And let's get started.
All
First
right.
things first is, of course, the Stampers Anonymous Classic Favorites.
Nope.
No.
Meet the makers.
Meet the
Of
makers.
course.
My
Oh,
gosh.
geez.
Always got
Again, we have to have everybody keep me in line. So we've got Meet the Makers. We've got all the people that we have to thank for doing all this stuff, and also listed on our website. So here's everybody. You can see it just continues to grow. The list is immense and worldwide. We've got people from Italy and from England, from different parts of the country, Germany, of course, with Luise, and just all over the place. And thank you for everybody that is always being with us and helping.
And I'm going to apologize. For some reason, over Tammy Bastian's face, I have a... I don't know how I did that.
Tammy, how could that be?
I'll fix it next time, Tammy, I swear.
Okay, well, that's exciting. And I see that we probably got to find the pictures of Dawn and of Ruthie.
They don't want
pictures of
They don't
them.
want to be on.
A part of our
I
own
was just
staff,
asking that.
a lot of our own staff that does that makes too, that's not on there. And Darby this year, also one of the original artists for Art Gone Wild, been with us for over 30 years, made some fantastic makes, and just everybody just seems to keep helping so much, and we really, really appreciate that. So first off, we'll talk about the classic favorites. Stampers Anonymous was of course one of Tim's favorite stamp companies, and that's why Tim asked if he could potentially work with us, and it was more us groveling, asking him to work with us. So he jumped on the opportunity to do that, and down the road at one point he helped pick out some of his favorite stamps from the Stampers Anonymous line, and we've re-released them into sets because they were always just wood. So we re-released them into sets, and this one for this time is set number 12. It doesn't have a name per se, but it's a great little set that has lots of uses and so forth. So a couple of great makes that were done with this one. Obviously, they used to be done in white plastic, and now they're clear. But Ruth made this one. Ruthie from Minnesota used the background stamps, and also from some of the CMS sets.
You're going to notice that background in a lot of stamps.
A lot of stamps.
Yeah.
And to think that when Trevor said, let's pick this one, I'm like, I don't know, do we need that? Welcome to Jennifer. Here's one of her new makes, and by gosh.
So we're going to get to that one soon. There's a lot to it.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
It's, like you said, there's a lot to it, a lot to unpack. Susie did this one that is just fantastic. It's made all kinds of layers and different ways of doing things, as she is always known to do. Obviously, Michelle Pearson, one of our makers for Inky, has done another great addition with the combination of all the outside things. So here they are. Actually, obviously, this is just a card and so forth. Nothing that's too many layers. It's got some nice coordinating pieces and parts. But then, of course, Susie's is where we've got, my gosh, look at this. It's got handmade Matchbox pieces, obviously, from Tim's Matchbox die from Sizzix, and then all the different parts and pieces. I found out where all my hair went. It's right there. I think it's right in there. A little stringy.
This make is the featured make on our YouTube thumbnail. So, and you can see it's got so much, and I love the eye. I told her I love the eye.
The all-seeing eye.
It kind of show that one off because you can tell it's curved. It makes it extra creepy.
It looks like a dollar bill that's been distressed beyond belief on the backside.
I mean, that's something that I'm always impressed with when people see this as more than just a flat medium.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like suddenly I have this flat eye, and if I make it curved, wow, it just makes it a whole different thing.
And on that B one, whenever I see that stencil, I always think giraffe skin. I don't look at that and think honeycomb, but it's so cool to see it with the honeycomb alongside it.
Yeah.
Definitely can be used for so many different things, as is with all of the different products that we have. It's always just to your imagination what you use it for. So that is CMS number 1, and then we start into the first of the CMSs, Photo Studio number 13 is a set that was one of the original ones. I think this is our second release that we did with Tim, and different people have come up with all kinds of different ways to show that off and put it together in different mediums again. This is, I think this is the one that you spoke of from Jennifer. Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Again, we can play with that. The use of the bat webs, etc., tag pieces, that really gets the three-dimensional use again. When Matt did this, we couldn't bring it out last Halloween because the laser tubes were getting a little aged, and so we have 100-watt laser tubes and 50-watt laser tubes, and then to burn through this chipboard, you've got to have full power, and so the time would have been just way too much. So now we went ahead and did it this way. But this is what I'm talking about. Look at that! Look at that! The thickness of this material. It is so nice to add as a piece to a tag, using it as you can use it for a shelf. We've seen that done in the past. And then making different things with the etc. bases and alike, the different cards with all the different stenciling done here, some pastes. This is Tim's Crackle paste. And then here we go again with just the different way the cards are constructed. This one has got a little parts that all goes together. And this was made by, let me guess.
So in the back.
It's Dawn Bloomquist from up in Minnesota. There's 3 sisters, Ruthie, Dawn, and Peggy, that all help us throughout the year with so many different inventions, have been with us from the very beginning. Their mom Shirley started with us so many years ago, 25 years ago. But we are blessed to have them helping us always. A great use of an old type of photograph that's got the neat tin type almost background and so forth, but it can be aged and look so many different ways. And
that's got my favorite stencil in the background. That's Flames, which is offered in this.
There you go. It's Flames, yes. Yeah. We'll show that later. And this one was done also by the generic one. They didn't name it, so we don't know who that was secretly. We have to keep that separate. And then here is this beautiful little portfolio, or folio as you might want to call it, made by Jennifer Williams. And it's just got pockets galore in use of every single aspect that you could think of. Stencils, pastes, there are slides and acetates, different pockets that can hide all the different uses of other things, where you've got some gold paste. Actually,
the paint?
That could be the gold paint, or it also is a dull pewter or copper. I'm not sure which one that is. Whereas this one here has the different paper clips that are from Advantis and grommets and alike, using just every aspect of it, and then obviously can be tied up in a pretty little bow, and using just a gorgeous embossing powder to accent the flatness of the paper with the glossiness of embossing powder. Really, the contrast just makes things stand off and jump right off the paper.
I just love this set too. It reminds you now of Tim's new paper dolls, and how you could use those for so many different things. You can dress these guys up for whatever holiday you want too.
It was
Yeah.
kind of like a precursor to the paper dolls, which obviously through Advantis is just like crazy how it has taken off and all the different Christmas, Halloween, and likes and so forth. These are some of the original, again, stamp sets, number 26, probably done in year 2 with Stampers Anonymous and Tim, which would have been about 20 plus years ago. And we've seen Tim using these birds in so many different sets, whether it be stamps or whether it be dies and alike or embossing folders from Sizzix. It is always a nice little additional touch to your cards. You can use it in the corner, a flourish that just jumps out and so forth. And I think this might have been his first skull that he ever used.
When I was a kid, this was my favorite stamp. I loved that skull and crossbones.
Well, that's because you were a pirate. Everybody knows
Exactly.
that.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you made a tattoo out of that at one point
Yeah.
or another. Yes, the stamp-on tattoo. Jennifer's card is, again, being showboated here because of the flourish there. Peggy's got some really neat card uses, how they can make the paper crafting even more creative and so forth. Here's just a regular card that's got some use of the foils. It's got all kinds of things that you can just, when you hold it and do different types of movements with it, you can really get to see how the textures jump right out. Here's that just flourish lightly done with Trevor's tattoo right in the center of it. And then we've got a use of a card that's got a little pocket on it with a window. And Ruthie made this one up for us. And it is another type of folding card. It's always amazing to me how they go ahead and make the
Such great dimension.
Yeah, and by having all the different glitters and so forth on the little candle in the back, it flickers like nobody's business. So again, just a great use of that. Trevor tattoo, or obviously Tim's first skull. And here we are with CMS number 68, Spooky Stuff. This is, again, another one that's been used in different sets all over the place and done with other artwork and the like. But this crow is spooky, and then when you go ahead and do stuff with this dripping image, it can look like blood, it can look like a coffee stain, something on a table, and something that would make this cat just jump and go yeek. But again, Cassie here from Cleveland has got our first uses of it, where she put in some nice props and the like.
Yeah, props are good.
The props are always good. We love when the photo shoots come from the artists that do different things. Vicky from Canada has just done an amazing job with doing a reverse off of that crow. Then we've got, again, different cards are on different screens. So we're seeing some on the screen now that I won't have here. Barbara from Italy has made just an amazing tag card that's got the different instructions all the way through. All of these people that do the designs for us on their blogs have all of the instructions and more in-depth details of how they did so many of these things to make it so that you can then replicate or get close to how you want to do it at home too. But what a great addition that is to have those things. In the old days, it was just at CHA or HIA, we'd have the stuff on the wall and you'd have to like take pictures and so forth. Now with the internet, of course, we can do so many different things. But here we've got the cat standing off the card. This is that crow that I was talking about where the reverse is on that, on top of the skull, and it just gives it such dimension.
Oh, wow.
And it changes up the entire look of things. And then she's always known for just a little distressing on there when she does lots of distressing normally. The moon mask is always used on so many different products. Again, different uses that Tim's done over the years with designing his moon mask in different companies' product lines. Barbara's one here I talked about with the polka dots, and then we've got all the different jack-o'-lanterns, and then this one Susie did that's got a great use of the embossing powders on a neat rusted patina looking tag that can be a great home decor piece also. So you can see how that is it just jumps right out at you.
So rusty.
It is.
I mean, it just looks like it got carved off of an old Chevy.
All right.
I'm going to pause you just for a
Sure.
second.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a point of personal privilege since I'm the one who gets to push all the buttons.
Thank you for that. Yes, we'd be lost without it.
So my mom mentioned that she's like, hey, that Ted guy, he's fine. But why don't we get to see you more? And I'm like, okay, Mom. So anyway, I set up a whole camera just for me, just to say, hey, Mom.
Hello,
Pop,
Mrs. Young. How are you?
Love you guys. All right, back to business.
And Mom, just so you know, without your son, we wouldn't be doing this. He puts the whole thing together for us. My gosh, your two young men, Zach and Matt, just help us out in so many ways. Tim will give them all the credit in the world, obviously, for always helping him out with making great artwork into usable stamps or usable stencils, etc. tags, because Matt and Zach are the ones that do all the creativity behind the scenes to make it all work as a functioning product. So, yes. Didn't your dad just celebrate a big birthday too? Did
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big 8-0.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, Mr. Young.
Yeah.
And he looks like Matt, not a day over like 40.
he is an immortal lumberjack, from all we can tell. Yeah.
I never forget at the graduation party when we were doing the water balloons off the slingshot. Oh boy, was that fun. We'll get into that someday for a story. Maybe there's a video somewhere. But anyways, so this is CMS number 138, where the skull is used, and the precursor to a lot of the Advantis things that were done, where the tags are used as a stamp. You can go ahead and make your own tags. Now with Advantis, they've got uses and sets where the tags are already pre-done. They have a red border and so forth. It's a sticker. You can utilize them in different ways, but this allows you to create from the get-go yet another skull. This poor fella is got his nose a little bit knocked in.
Yeah, but just for science.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
It's just for science,
The
exactly.
chart.
You're right. As you might remember, anything that was under 100 had a white plastic, and now they all have uses done and made with the clear, but that was 138, so that was like that from the get-go. But it's interesting when you have different stamps that are on the set, how many more cards we might get or tags and uses, because there's just so many more things creatively that you can do.
Here's one of our new makers.
Ah, that guy, Mr. Holtz.
Mr.
is in
Holtz.
there.
This
Yes.
is a cool card. I told him
Very
so.
cool.
It's always great to see the different uses and how it's done.
And the
then-
layering's always the key.
and especially when the guy that made the stamps and picked the artwork goes ahead and makes different things. That's what we used to love watching him demo at shows, because we could actually see his creative thoughts behind what he was thinking of to get the images together and the imagery. And that's why he always would make the stamps and stencils last, because he would say what inks I'm releasing at the time, I believe, not to speak for him, but whatever he might come up with, whether it be a dye or a tool from Tonic, inks that were being used, paints, stains, then you could go ahead and decide how you want to use the stamps differently. And as everything progressed with the different products that were out there, as did the artwork progress in the creativity and the like. And he would ask us, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you add all these? And we're like, I think so. I'd go back and then talk to Matt and Zach, and they said, oh, golly.
Crazy.
Oh,
Okay, we'll make it happen.
Cassie's gone ahead and put in some treats there. I know where she lives in Lakewood. I can go get some goodies. But oh, here we go. Zoe from Italy has done a beautiful tag that's going to be shown also in some other sets too. That card is just stunning. Peggy from up in the way up north, Northlander.
And I love that fold on that too. That looks like a room divider.
It does it on the bottom. If you notice the bottom, when I hold it up, I'll show you. There's actually the feet are used differently. It's not just paper. They're actually detailed pieces on that cardstock.
It's almost like a old iron tub.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it does. Yeah, it's got the, what do we call it? The
claw feet, yeah.
Claw feet. That's right. Right. Yeah, exactly. Vicky's gone ahead and we have that one tag again. But then when we really start to show the different things, this was Cassie's, and again, we like to hold them up too, because it just really shows all the different pieces, parts, and the layers.
Dimension.
The skull's there. We got an eye cut out in here, and then obviously Foolish Mortals is added on top of that. Here's an etc. tag number 8 that Ruthie's done, and put the dancing spiders hanging down with the skull and the text and the like. That really makes it nifty. Luise has done one of her Luise cards.
Oh, wow.
This morning I was just roaring. Her and a friend were in a German shopping center doing grocery shopping for a party that they're having, and it was picture after picture. I encourage you to go take a look at that. It's just funny to watch people grocery shop, especially in different parts of the world, and they're picking fruits, and all of a sudden they still end up like the rest of us with candy and all the goodies in the.
Oh, speaking of whom, she just joined the chat.
Did she? Well, welcome. We have so much to thank her for. This is her latest creation, and you can see just all the detail and so forth down here with the layering. Again, layering is the use on these different cards today. Here's the tags that we spoke of, all done with that, and then on the pasting through the stencils with Matt's favorite fire stencil.
Yep.
And this one was done by the Papermint,
Keisha.
which is Keisha.
Yep.
She sent. Did we just get hers yesterday?
We got her
wasn't it?
just in time.
Ju-
Yep.
The package showed up just late last night. Again, another skull. The eye seems to be knocked out on different pieces on that poor guy on different sizes.
Again, for science.
Science only, yes. Zoe made this one up. So buongiorno to my friends in Italy, Barbara and Zoe. And then yet another tag that's got the different uses of that skull. This one, the eyes aren't knocked out, but they're just colored the way that they are. And that's from Barbara. And then this is what Trevor was talking about, that he likes these, as you can see, the detail on the feet. And then when you open this up, it, again, it can become a great home decor piece for Halloween to put on your table. Just don't knock it over when you get the candy for the kids. But it just has all the different pockets and panels on here, I should say. And then this one was made by Tim, that is just, you know, when you see the things that Tim does, like I say, it just shows what he had in mind when he did these different things. He brings in the pieces from Advantis, the ideology line, with all the different layers, and then using the tags and alike, and then the mastery of how he stamps and so forth, just to make an amazing.
The skull image is sort of reflective. It almost feels like you're looking into a mirror.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like a chalkboard.
I'm not
too.
that good looking. I don't look like that. But he does have my hairline. So, you know,
True.
we do have that, yes. So thank you for everyone that did that. And just really jumps out with detail and so forth, which is great. We love it. Love it. Next is CMS 139, which is a fun one that we've used so many different times. And as has Mr. Tim, he's taken them and utilized it with the Sizzix dies, with different mixed media stamp sets that we do for the chains and alike. And then here was the original thought, again, probably back 15 to 16 years ago. The set just is reminiscent of the different cutouts that you can get done. What do they call that? Well, we had you and Katie were done that way when we were at Disney, and they took the scissors that made that
Silhouette, yeah.
silhouettes. Thank you.
that's-
See, we've got a person here for everything. There's a cue card that goes up. Silhouettes, yes. But the lady that did it on Main Street at Disneyland for Trevor and Katie, she had been with Disney for, I think, 50 years. And Tim's the one that told us that they actually have a little deal where the people that are there for 50 years get their name painted on the windows on Main Street. So when you walk down Main Street and you see different people's names up there, like Young and Brothers up on top of the photography area or whatever it might be, that would mean that Mr. Young had been there for 50 years. So
I did more signs than that. 15 years.
but these are amazing. When Dawn sent us in this one, she was so worried that her gates might come off. Those are the cathedral, et cetera, pieces that she put on there. But
Packed like crazy. There's so much bubble wrap.
But it was perfect. It arrived in perfect shape.
It did.
But let's call it out though as it was. She used to work at the counter at UPS before she became an executive with UPS, and then went on to bigger and better things with other companies. She's like our shipping informer that tells us all the different tricks in the world of shipping. So it is definitely neat that someone like that can pack up things and really know how to do.
Tim just said that the silhouettes were from a vintage paper cut he found.
See? Wonder if it's anybody that we know that made that from Disney. I don't know.
I don't know for Disney, but found it somewhere vintage.
That is neat. If you've ever got to, when you does things from his house and he shows his studio, you just could sit there for days and look at all the different things that are in there. It's just amazing with all the things that he's collected over the years. When he says he likes to collect, there's no false representation there. He loves to collect the different things. Trevor was just looking at all the neat things that were in his private collection for the Disney things, and some of the stuff is just amazing.
Oh yeah.
Plus, you had to play with a couple of the Disney Star Wars toys too. So. But again, back to tags and so forth. Here's a great use of the moon mask and the silhouette that we spoke of, done by Ruthie. This one here is a different way to do the spider web. I've never really seen this. It's more like a psychedelic spider web.
It's like stained glass almost.
It is. It
Oh,
is
wow.
like stained glass. Well, only someone from Italy would come up with something like that because she's been to all the finest museums and alike. So Zoe, thank you for this. It really does stand out and is spectacular. Here we've got the silhouettes done with color. And again, one of the new stencils, or one of the old stencils that's new again, that people haven't even seen on the background here. But it just goes to show that the basic techniques can really, when they're colored properly, that must have been a bear to color that the way it's done. Obviously, possibly done with a marker and then a little huff on there. This one here has got some little handmade and hand-torn strings that are on here from the different ideology twines that are out there. Susie did this one, I believe, with, again, the moon mask done with a lot of the distressing of the inks itself. Same way with this one, the different spritz and flick techniques that were taught to us, whether it be at Ranger U or over the years of watching Tim demo. All of his ideas with the distress inks are done right here, where you've got everything done with a little bit of mix and match, and then the detail spider webs put on it and the like, done by Jennifer, our new friend from Florida. And lastly, this one's layered with a real detailed moon mask, stamped on a piece of paper, yet put on top of something that's a little more abstract with the background of the splotches, the fence and alike with the family. Oh my goodness.
I love that fence. It's like the kids are peering through whatever is scary behind it.
It is fantastic for that. So again, use of number 139 CMS that just jumps out and really shows different ways to do things. Next, we're going to go into CMS 167. For those, I always hate to think that I'm repeating myself, but for those who know me, I can repeat myself frequently, sorry. But it's always important to point out that Mario's son, Mario the III, drew all these blueprints, and it was kind of a happenstance, neat little mistake or find by convenience when Tim and Mario were working in the studio and talking about things that they wanted to bring back blueprints. They said, we just got to find the right person that can draw it or find that great art and so forth. And here Mario the third is over there, who's in the military. So thank you for your service, Mario. He goes ahead and sketches up something and says, you guys looking for something like this? And all of a sudden the guys couldn't believe that he could draw that well. And then later in life, we brought him to Las Vegas for CHA and introduced him, and he was actually signing autographs. So we had both Mario, and Tim signing autographs at that show, which was neat. But the blueprint set has gone in many sizes, many shapes. We've got tons of them now over the period, so that's neat. Well, this is that one, Matt, where you've got the little note on there for me, huh?
Yes.
This is the
Pay
break.
attention.
I'm paying attention. I saw the note. I didn't mess that up, so that's a good thing. My goodness, there's so many tags. I'm going to have to oh, goodness me. There's all kinds of stuff here. But as you can see, when the pictures are there, they look fantastic. But when we hold them up and do the different techniques with them, that really just shows all the different uses of things, and then also the dimension that just is amazing. Oh, I see that Cassie found some of my hair too. Susie and Cassie have my hairline, all on the cards.
I love that green pumpkin. It's rare you see a green pumpkin. It's nice.
Well, it must not be ripe, right? Something like that.
Or it's too ripe.
Ah, that's true, like a banana. Beware, Peggy has done something very neat. That's right, we got Jess here, and we got Peggy's working with us, and her daughter's name's Jess, so there we go. All right. And she's a jailer, kind of like in your business. There you go. But we're going to have a little special treat with this set from that card from Luise. But we'll start with all the tags and the like and cards that are made. This one again is by Keisha, and again, by just taking and popping out part of that blueprint, it just adds that complete second set of looks to things and just makes a fantastic card. There's 2 different versions of that, done with 2 different pieces of art, the pumpkin and obviously the poison bottle. But here we go with that, and then a little nifty stenciling behind it. Ruthie has done a bottle here. It's got some kind of green special sauce in it. And
I love that one. It gives us a sneak peek at what we have coming later with that halftone for the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very popular one.
Indeed. So Vicky has done this, obviously. That's got run through an embossing folder and then sanded on that nifty paper that Tim's got, the coordination type paper that can be embossed and then sanded and done all kinds of different ways with things. The skull is kind of so background.
Oh, wow.
In the background, you barely can see it, but it definitely is there. And in the foreground, obviously, by putting that pumpkin there with all those other things, the layering is fantastic. Cassie made that. Here we have some colorful use of the tag, so it's not just dark, deep Halloween spookiness, but Jennifer, our new friend from Florida, did that and then tattered the edges nicely. It looks like a little bit of paper distressor went a little wild on it there, one of Tim's original tools. And here's that kind of the green pumpkin that you spoke of, right? But again, it's punched out and put on top of the blueprint. Zoe has done a great job for showing us how you can take and make something in a different color scheme that you would think. This one's another example of the background, the same way that the alcohol ink was making a beautiful background, and then just a simple black crow on the front that just really makes it look.
And that one shows
effortless.
too how, well, multiple of these have shown how you can cut off the extra blueprint stuff if you just want a nice raven for your card.
Right. Well, and exactly true. There's quite a few uses of it that way. Susie made this one with the tags and the like, and then highlighting the word Raven on there, as this one was done the same way but cut out. So 2 different uses, but yet what beautiful cards they are. This one with the stencil being done with, again, a little bit more abstract look, but then the pumpkin on the front is done with the detail of that blueprint, and there's no background of the blueprint there, just the pumpkin itself, done by our dear friend up in the New England area, Jen Shirkus, who does great classes always and has a fantastic website, as do all the makers. So Jen is always there to do things and teaches classes online too. And here's another one of hers using Tim's poison bottle. Last but not least is this one that it says that we have a video to follow. So this was got a step-by-step that we've asked many times for the people to give us a little bit of a background on how they put it together. And Luise.
And you will not guess how she arrived at this. It's good she sent a video because it's insane.
A lot of dimension. You can see with the clear acetate on top already how much has gone into this card.
Well, shall we play that then at this
Let's
point?
do it.
All right.
Hello and welcome to What to Do if I tried to make a background for my card, but it looks like beep, and it feels like beep. But the protection paper in my splatter box is obviously a masterpiece.
$3.99.
And it would be
$3.99.
the perfect background for my stamp. Do I have any idea if this will work? I don't. But what I have is this double-sided adhesive sheet. So let's try to stick this down here. Ooh,
On a piece of paper towel.
This is crazy.
trust the process, okay?
Trust the process.
So then, let's try to separate the layers of this paper towel
You know, Cassie.
so that we are left with only one layer, and that's then the layer that sticks to the adhesive.
Your dad works with her.
This adhesive sheet is transparent, So it should be possible. I have no idea if that will work, but it should be possible in theory
So
to
that's
stamp
actually-
something behind here where the tissue paper is white and with
Love it.
that very translucent. So why don't we take these birds with the position of this bird in mind? And stamp them with some black soot archival ink. Then we take our little masterpiece here. Then we somehow guess where this needs to be. We stick this down. We freak out because this just worked. Then we decide about the size of this, like so. And then we are going to search for something to stamp the bird on, but it needs to be something transparent as well, so that we later on can still see our background. For example, an overhead transparency. So we dry this. Then we ask ourselves why we haven't embossed the image, and we quickly do that again. Black embossing powder. We are happy about the difference. Then we think, since this is another layer, why don't we use the chance to throw something in between of this layer and this layer? While we are inking the edges here, we are going to think about what we could throw in between of those layers. We decide for some white thread from my grandma. I take the teeny tiniest little bit of double-sided tape just to help me that this can't move anymore. The card is now attached to this protection sheet of the overhead transparency, and now I can lift this and just throw my threads on here. Just like this, and then I take this to my sewing machine and sew around here. Then it looks like this. And now I would love to have these threads still peeking out when the card is finished in a second. Because of that, I'm going to use my scissors. Now I separate this so that I can carefully and hopefully straight cut along here without cutting through the thread. And then we can decide for a backing and a little quote, and then we are already done. Ta-da! What did you say? Some black splatters are missing? You are absolutely right. Enough. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun with the rest of the live stream.
All right.
So we're back again. Was that ever neat? Thank you, Luise, for showing us that. Thank you, Matt, for editing and doing all that work.
Never would have guessed that came from paper towel. That's crazy.
That was right.
Can you picture what Di's saying in England right now? Oh, my kitchen roll, oh, the usage. But what a neat way. It was funny. I wrote down that obviously Leslie said that she's learning all kinds of new techniques, and then other folks were saying that she's obviously Luise is never afraid to try anything, and she does try it all. But so this is just an amazing card that is
There
that
you go.
is right down to the splats on the front. I'm feeling all the different textures and everything as she went around and talked about the sewing and all that, using some of Tim's newest tools. Obviously, those scissors, those retractable scissors. There's a detailing pair and the long pair. For those who have never tried those, if your hands ever get tired cutting for the fussy cutting, what an addition to your craft line. They've got a spring for high tension and a spring for low tension. So I would highly recommend anybody getting a pair of those scissors. Absolutely love them. Sharp as can be, but most importantly, they help with all the cutting and the like.
I just wanted to say she's so much better at this than we are. It's not close.
The videos that she makes are, as I say, you've got to watch the one this morning. It was on her story that when they're out shopping, it is worth the watch. It's tremendous. And we have to always thank her because she brought our theme song in.
Yep.
And
Daniel Evans.
Daniel Evans, who
Check
did that
the
for
show notes for his link tree.
Yes. What an addition that's been, obviously. It still makes me choke up every time I get to hear that stuff. Think of how much all of you as our fans and family members of the Stampers Anonymous family, treat us and do things for us. We couldn't do this without you. Whenever we go to shows, like I say, we get to meet people that we would never necessarily meet, get to hear the feedback, get to, have the people thank us for all the different things that our team does and the like. So we have to thank you for all the things that you do for us. We just are so appreciative of that. So here is that background. Well, no, this isn't the background stamp. This is a different background stamp. There's
Yeah,
two-
Yes.
two
this
big
one gets used a
backgrounds.
lot too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a couple different ones in this release, but these are, I just love this pharmacy one up on top. The artwork that Tim comes up with and curates is just amazing.
A lot of vintage finds.
Yeah, he's got them all, even at the house with the eye optometry things all throughout the home, in special parts of the home. So here, Cassie's gone ahead and utilized two different sets there for that, and the pharmacy background. Dawn, of course, has made a little crazy shaker card that's got the skeletons in there moving
I just love
around.
that shaker.
What's that?
I just love that shaker.
Yes, it is a fun one. And again, our newest team member, Jennifer, has done a beautiful job. Peggy's got her little divider home decor piece that's in there that has different parts of that artwork. And her sister Ruthie has gone ahead and put the skeleton to good use on top of a different background that we spoke of. Three sisters in a row. Here we go. Dawn's got her fold-out one here. So again, the amazing paper crafting that's done that may or may not have anything to do with dyes or different things. It's just uses over the years on how to make shaker cards or how to utilize pieces and parts that we've all learned over the years to do things. So it's nice and helps out quite a bit. I can remember using the shaker cards where we would put, one of the first things I did was take shaker cards and make them with a piece of shrink plastic inside of the same image that was on the outside. And we were able to, make some interesting pieces at the time to show off the different parts. But here's one of those shaker cards, as Tim calls it, the shakety shake is always fun by putting those glass beads in there and the little goblins move around and so
And
forth.
sometimes those skeletons get stuck. You got to shake it a little harder.
Well,
Yeah, I noticed
there you
that.
go. They got the little stacking in there, but they roll pretty good.
They're very good.
Yes,
Very
not,
fun.
Not bad at all for that. And here, Luise is showing off her seamstress skills yet again.
Wow.
I don't know if this is grandma's thread or not, but it's nice just the same. But again, just a really neat card done where you can do different types of inking with a little bit of water resistance, and it just makes a whole different look to what you're doing. This is that background stamp that we spoke of earlier, number 174, and it's got the Christmas version and the Halloween version. So good for 2 seasons, and you can utilize a lot of the different makes that we've done today with the upcoming Christmas season down the road, and to utilize that. And then these different uses by all of our people that are so creative with the different paper crafting we've even got a spinner on there. Oh,
Love the
yeah,
spinners.
the spinners are a lot of fun. There's no question about that.
We could just stop the show and you could go spin stuff for a while.
But again, the part I love is just the paper crafting that's there that we've been taught for years. Dawn and Ruthie, Peggy will come to me and they'll say, hey, what do you think? Or actually, they go to Trevor usually and say, what do you think about doing this or that? And then Trevor comes back and asks Matt what he thinks about it. And then the story starts through. But here we've got a beautiful box with all the different pieces, parts inside, these little tags and alike.
They're so fun.
That just utilize all the different imagery of things.
It's like a whole box of trading cards.
Yeah, it is. It's ATC's gone wild here. So
They're fun.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun, and each one has got so much detail. One of the uses of one of the mixed media sets done with embossing powder. The skull, of course, again.
I love how different they are too. Normally, when you see a box like that, it's all cards the same type of layout. You don't often see it where they're just so different.
Ruthie's taken and made a background, obviously, with the skeleton on top, and then using the tag and the like. And then here's that thing we spoke of, where the new thing's out there. There's so many new little additions that are out there, but that little fella can go roundy round, and where it stops, no one knows. Oh, it stopped perfect. How about that? I could never get that to do that again. So all three here, it's the old, here's looking at you, babe. This one had to be done by Ruthie. I was thinking potentially Dawn, but Ruthie's sister has gone ahead and made that a lot of fun. And then this tag, card by Peggy, paper crafting at its best. You know, you think to yourself, oh, it's a simple black card. Everything's gorgeous and alike. But then you pull this, and you've got,
oh wow,
whoa!
Look at that slider. How about that? It's just paper folding and so forth, but it is gorgeous. And then you can open it up, and yet it's done this way then, so you can actually see the pieces, parts in there. But how about that for an amazing use of paper artistry? And it's just done decoratively so nice. Peggy recently retired, and I love it when people say they retired. Now she's working full-time somewhere else volunteering. So she went from a job to a job, but still has so much time to help us with all the different things. You can actually see her in Southfield, Michigan this year. We'll have her come to a show.
Nice.
Yep. So these are some...
and those spinners are available on Art Gone Wild on our website there.
Yep, as is that other special thing coming up on a different card that's out there. This is a set that is number 198, Halloween, number 4, and it's got all different drawings and procurements that came from artists that...
This one got used a lot just because there's a lot of variety in it.
Sure.
And it's got the right size.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones I think that when we begged Tim at a certain point, probably about 15 years ago, hey, any chance for both purpose of safety for the dies, but also for speed for putting together, do we have to weed everything? Because with all this weeding, to weed this piece, to put it on the plastic after we do it, takes about a minute extra per set. And when you're touching thousands of these, that adds up to thousands of minutes, which is hundreds of hours. And so we then went ahead, and because he also started using smaller and smaller dies, we didn't want to lose a piece, because people would tell us at a show, you know, the part that says not to be taken, this little word part right here, they would say, oh, I lost mine. Can I get another one? Well, you know, making one piece is not the easiest thing in the world. So we were able to go ahead and non-weed some of these for lots of different purposes. The selection and the usage here is amazing. The chemist is, again, showcased there, and alike. Oh boy, look at all these paper crafts, my goodness. I love it, absolutely.
Tim just said, note to self, more mini stamps.
Oh. Well, you know, he does listen to everyone's thoughts and uses and so forth. This is that one we did earlier, right, Matt, from the beginning? Yeah, the little folio
book,
that she had, unbelievable. And again, just a little creative folding going on here with the different backgrounds and alike, keeping it a little simple, but yet making it look like it's hours of work. Peggy made a neat little to infinity and beyond with the witch like that. Joy from California, our dear friend out there, she you give that a pull and it just goes right. Oh yeah, I saw that. Joy's done that many times, and now this one here was done by Peggy with all the notes inside. it's just so neat to see that kind of stuff. And I realized this week how old I am when I saw Joy's sister Rhonda went ahead and posted a picture of her son, and he's starting high school. I remember when he was in a stroller at the shows in Carson. So I am older. So these are different uses of all the different artwork that's out there, and some serious detail in the things. That fence just jumps out at you, like you said, Trev. What did you say it reminded you of, the fence?
Just kids looking through, being creeped out.
Gotcha. Yep. At Halloween, exactly.
I saw a question on the in the comments here about what our spinner is called on our website, and now that I'm going to the website, I can't seem to find it myself.
Well, Mr. Cartwright's right over there. I'm sure he would know.
Do you know
we'll put him on the spot.
The spinner is called on the site?
So here are different cards. Of course, you utilized. Luise has made this one with foil and like. It is fantastic, and we've got the cutout from one of the die sets from Sizzix. Here is, again, the leaves that were done that way, but an embossing folder, it's still the same in the back. I got a feeling I'm going to guess Luise right on that. And the amount of detail that's used with this, and a lot of splattering. I think that she's got some.
That's her. Yeah, it's a giveaway. It's a giveaway.
It is. This one here is a simple use of making the pumpkins stand out and pop out. Again, done this time by Barbara. And then our dear friend, I ended upside down on this one. This one is coming from Ruthie again. Here all the little pumpkins are spinning. And it's just the greatest little thing to make a lot of fun on a card.
So in the spinners, I guess they aren't on the site now, but we'll fix that. So
they'll be there by Monday, I got a feeling. Knowing Tom, he's amazing. That would be Will's father. How many times do we hear that's Will's father versus that's Tom's son?
They're both Boy Scouts.
Two Eagle Scouts, we might add. Yeah. 2 Eagle Scouts. Always proud to say that about those fine young men. Well, Tom's not
yes, the nano spinners. Yes,
nano spinners. There we
go.
From
the nail industry, I hear.
It is from the nail industry. Yes. Well, your mom should know about that. So then we've got here the card from Michelle, where it's just popping out different uses of the color stock, and it's just gorgeous.
Very
simple.
Andy Warhol.
Very.
Andy Warhol. Look at your art experience. Well, that's pretty nice.
I went to school.
Yes. Here we go with The Chemist, done by a comic artist that Tim discovered years ago. His name's Brett Wild, and this chemist is there in all its glory with the beautiful background up here, done by Cassie again. Here is another use of The Chemist.
I love this color. Look at that.
That just really...
That rips.
It does.
We have another question here about whether or not we'll be at the Hamburg show next weekend.
We will be at the Hamburg Fairgrounds. That's one of our shows for SSAT. What a mess that was. The guy that books the show, he's got this terrible name, Ted, of all things. Ted booked the show during the fair. So it was supposed to be today the show was listed. And about 6 months ago, some of our friends from New York called and said, "You guys are not having the show during the fair, are you?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Well, had to call Ted, then we moved it to next weekend. It all worked out. The live was supposed to be next weekend. We made it today, did all those different things. But the Hamburg Fairgrounds, which is in Buffalo, and it's a great venue. And if you have a couple of extra bucks, you can go next door to the Hamburg Casino.
and we'll talk about all the shows coming up here at the end. They're also listed in the show notes if you are interested to look now.
Perfect. So Dawn here's taken the Moo Mask stencil and done the background here, and then different layers of the pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns with the cats all peeking through.
We got a couple questions about where those cats are from, and you will see that set coming up here next. That is our next set we'll be showing.
That is coming up, and people don't sometimes realize that because that was another one of Tim's real state-of-the-art types of things when he did the dot ones. And then this is that one that we spoke of that has got that little witch that just jumps out. And again, little paper crafting with all the different tricks and techniques that they can do, the different tombstones that are in the background there. Lots of RIPs on there. I see different names, but I don't see Ted, thank goodness. Not yet. All right, I'm still with you. That's a great thing for me. All right, sad for you, but great for me. one last little spinity spin. I just love those little things. Now I see why when Tim gets all these different things with the shakety shakes, he plays with them so much longer because they're just fun to do, you know? It is nifty, no question about it. So here is CMS 199 Halftone Halloween. And this was one of the things that when Tim came up with it, again, for all of you that, you know, might be in my age group, that over 29, you know, remember when you used to get the newspaper and the newspaper was not printed perfectly because of registration? Those presses are high-speed web presses. And the paper comes off of a roll.
Big dots.
Big dots. It's all done with a dot pattern. They call them halftones in the business. And so Tim made the halftones the background for the foregrounds of the detail. And it's a neat way to do things.
It is. You know what? We should do more like this. I think these are cool.
Well, and we have some special makes made by the pro himself that when he had his thoughts on these things. But these
those
are
cats from the bottom left corner of this set here. A couple more questions asking where those cats.
Oh,
were.
I'll show when it comes back to the picture. Trev, good point. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So here we've got just again the amount of cards that we got with this is just so much fun. And when you see the set, sometimes you think, I don't know that set's going to be that special, and then all of a sudden you see the makes, and you know why. Hence the reason we have Curations, because it just takes us back to all these old sets that we still make all day long. Every set that we ever made is always never discontinued. And for this perfect reason, when this all was done, this set 199 was probably done 12 years ago. There was no paints, there were no stains, there were no embossing glazes. Now with all those new products, you utilize them with these imagery that Tim came up with, and you can really make things sizzle even more than before.
And just using them alongside the newer stamps.
Well, there's that too, especially when people don't know that they were there, because obviously the different time that you're in stamping. Crafts are done by people all different times. And here's Tim's versions of the uses that he spoke of, or that we spoke of, and the cards, the picture there is you know, showing how one image is done over the other for the detail. Jen did a really cool background on this one that it looks kind of like almost like something was rubbed through the imagery and so forth. But Jen's got a fantastic website that shows all different types of things. Ruthie's, that might be that spinner one again. It got taken away so fast, but
we'll bring it back for you.
I can't play. Oh my gosh. Keisha, thanks for this one. Again, it just shows how you can have those halftones there. And if it was done in the true newspaper form,
this is how it would look, because it's a little offset.
Is it, they are offset? Okay.
Yeah, because look, you can see the
look at the word
yeah.
treat. Yeah, because you could never, the paper could
would never line up.
It would never line up because it was done so fast.
Registration
Those
was
presses flew. The amount of impressions per minute, it's amazing what they would do. But the different, there's the cats on the top of this one from Vicky that just shows that image. And then Peggy, of course, did it with an embossing on her little home decor piece. The embossing powder makes it stand out. As did Miss Dawn did one here, as we showed earlier. And then Jennifer jumped in with the Florida connection.
It's another Warhol-ish.
It is definitely a Warhol-ish one, you're right. I can see it in the museum. So here we've got them all on the table, and again, utilized with, like we talked of, how things aren't exactly perfect with how they're done. And then for those who are asking about the cats on this set, the survey sees, everything was done the halftones, but the cat, Tim always comes up with different things that as a focal point of the image, and then the other pieces, and then there's obviously the witch with the bats on there. That's also, but you do have the bats here that you can utilize to make
shadows.
The shadows and so forth. So throughout this one, this is the Andy Warhol-ish looking one in one tag or one card by itself, with a beautiful fussy cut out right there. This one here, it almost looks like it was a quilted piece with a loom and the extra thing there. Katie has started needle pointing now, and so she just bought her first loom at the needlepoint store the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, here, her grandmother used to do tons of needle pointing, and her mom's a heck of a cross stitcher, so we have a little stitching going on in the family, and she was shocked to find out that the old man, i.e. me, and her Aunt Margaret do lots of needle pointing, or did lots of needle pointing back in the day.
I'm shocked she has time to develop a hobby.
Well, as an attorney, she needs some place to get rid of that stress.
Good.
But again, let me guess who made this. I'm thinking possibly.
Yeah.
Amazing. Look at that.
I think we all knew.
From Germany with love. It's actually beautiful, and it shows the different layers. It looks like she almost like melted her transparency into the string and made it like mold to it. Putting a little flower on there, amazing. Stitching around the outside and then flex on it. The detail on this, as you can see how that is like, it's not flat and alike. But
Tim just mentioned that those little shading that we were talking about on the bats in the set, they're eyes for the cats.
Eyes for the cats.
That makes sense.
Sorry, Tim. When I was looking at it, I'm thinking they don't perfectly match the bats, so that's why they're eyes for the cats.
Yep.
Again, he knows what he wants when he does it. That's for sure. This one here, again, is done with layering, and the cat's on the forefront, and they're upside down and right side up because it's a bunch of hocus pocus. This was Jen's, I believe. It is Jen's that got that nifty background on there.
It's so sparkly.
It is sparkly, and the way that you just the non-detail in the back, but then the foreground with the trick or treat is like dead nuts. It's just gorgeous. The colors really just jump. Here we've got some more usage of them in great little cards and the like, all made by Vicky, and a little bit of twine on there. But here's the perfect.
Yep, there you go.
Tim, thanks for the cue. Here's the eyes that are on that cat set, and they work perfectly in there. So it was the reverse of the other. The most of the faces had the detail of the big image. These just had the eyes.
Just the eyes.
Just the eyes.
And I saw in the comments a second ago that someone was asking for a list of the stamps to be put in there. So I'm sending that right now so you can see all the stamp sets that were used for this Curations release.
Oh, nice job, Trev.
And it's also on the website too. You can always, all of the Curations have a tab, a pull-down tab, where they show each Curations release that we've curated from Tim's collections over the years. So we're still trying to keep it way back in the hundreds, because this way, next year we'll have Halloween again and Christmas again for the coming up years to do this. Here the eyes are done just colored normally, but look at this. How about that? And then but wait, there's more. Again, paper crafting gone wild, done by Peggy, our new retiree from way up north by the border of Canada. She's almost in your neck of the woods, Vicky. But this is obviously using lots of the different imagery and a neat little card where you can see how it just pops open and does so many different things with the fold. And then Tim's different use of the his own set, but it's a lot better than the picture noted here. The layering, the master himself going ahead with his old version of the speckles and alike, the spritz and flick, the spider web in the background.
I love the metallic in there too.
Yeah.
Well, that makes everything just really stand out, obviously.
Makes it deeper.
But I remember when he told me about it, I'm like, it's like newspapers, like the old days. And I was a newspaper delivery boy for about 10 years growing up. My father did it for years also. So it kind of runs in the family here. But the way that printing was done, I grew up in a printing building, and I got to see how guys worked on presses, and you get to see things, and you would hear them say words that you might not normally hear in church when they would make a mistake on the press, because their use of the printing to make it dead nuts sometimes worked and didn't work the way they wanted, and they lined it all up. It was a task in and of itself. Now we start getting into, again, this is a miniature version of a blueprint set that we released last Halloween. Now it's the miniature version, again drawn by Mario III, and his talents are beyond beyond what anybody necessarily knew. And he's a good-looking lad to top it all off. He and his brother Joe were models at one point.
That seems unfair.
Well, but they get the good looks from their dad, see? But this is what I think on that one where we had the tombstone going across the bottom of that one card. This is the tombstone that's on that card, yes. But again, here's one from Peggy with just X-Acto knife gone wild, I guess you would call that. But it really just has all the different abilities to show off how you can do things with paper crafting that you might not necessarily know.
Oh, Tim, just going back to the halftone, Tim just was pointing out how you could use the halftone to paint like watercolor once you stamp that with your distress ink.
Oh, that would work too. And it could be either detailed or not detailed, depending on how you want to do it with Tim's water brush. That's the one that I was talking about, the tombstone on there that Peggy put on her zigzag zoomity zoomed broomstick card. But this is some paper crafting that's gone wild, as it were. This one here has got all the different pieces here. It's got to come apart. I don't know how
It's a magnet. It's like the top flap flaps
Oh,
down. Yeah.
oh,
wow.
Thank you, Matt.
It took me a while too.
I didn't want to tear it on screen. Tim always talks about how he doesn't look at the things until the morning of, and a lot of times it's because of timing, but also sometimes I just want to be surprised. But that's cool. You give that a pull, and the magnet then holds it on there, and then now you've got pick your poison. Something wicked, hocus pocus, and lastly, kind of what Tim would say, I love candy. The candy master himself. He has a sweet tooth, no question about that, and a sweetheart too. So here we have another one done by Jennifer, where it's got these.
Pull the bottom.
Pull the
It's
bottom?
got a flap on the bottom.
Oh, there we
you
go.
It's a waterfall.
You mean where it
So it
says
says pull.
Oh, well,
Pull, dummy.
of course, I missed that part. I don't have my glasses on. That's why I say. Well, look at that. It's the waterfall card gone wild.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. Can everybody see that? I'll try to go slow.
Oh, it's so fun.
And always know in your heart that you are far bigger than anything that can happen to you. What a positive quote that is. And then this one here was done by Peggy, and it's that tag that I call it X-Acto knife gone wild.
Crazy.
But just look at, when you talk about what we do and we talk about paper crafting, this is where it definitely is utilizing all the tools of the trade, and most importantly, all the talents that you acquire of doing things. And then all the instructions in the back, as you can see, there's more to it than just a zippity-doo-dah-day. But this is just a fantastic card that we love. So that is that's the MB set for the mini blueprints, we call it. To our surprise, we've had a lot of luck and fun with bringing back all the COMs. We didn't have a whole bunch for Halloween this time, but we had them for backgrounds, and so we picked out some that
they got used a lot too.
Oh yeah,
the swirls and dots. I mean, we saw the dots in a lot of the halftones. People use them like giant halftones in the background. It was
True.
cool.
Very true. It's just nice to always have that small little stamp that you want to put somewhere and utilize. So the components themselves are just fantastic for different design elements and alike. And here they're utilized throughout the pieces and parts. Vicky's used it a lot on this one here, and we've got something again from all the different sets that Jennifer did.
There's the big dots I was talking about.
That's that Andy Warhol look from Jennifer. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I never would have guessed it back there. And then here it is on top and bottom from Peggy to utilize the things. Trev
that registration's crazy on it.
Trev's always got a great idea when he's looking at things, because he is the artist of the family. He and his mom have all the talent. We're lucky to have them, and then of course our daughter, who's the attorney, and then somehow or another the guy that makes stamps can at least make the stuff. Yay! So we have a lot of fun with all the different people from the team putting things together. Vicky's got that little poison bottle yet again.
Swirls in the background.
And the swirls there. I
didn't see those when I came out the first time.
You don't.
Yeah, sometimes they're so subtle.
They really are. This one here, Peggy did. I think this is Peggy. Yeah, Peggy did this one where that's got the dots and the swirls on it.
I get the
and-
registration because that's multiple stamped impressions that you can't even tell that it's not one big background.
Well, it's also a piece of paper with this is hinged on top and then this is hinged on the bottom. So again, paper crafting gone wild, as I guess I would call it. But what a nice little piece that is for that. And then this this ATC card. That's what Tim's first thought was with the COMs components. I think that it made the perfect ATC trading card, and Vicky's utilized this with all of her mastery with the stitching and the different type of distressing and so forth that really makes it detailed.
And I love on that one the skull there stamped with embossing powder, and the resist that it gives. If you can catch the light on it, it shines all across the skull.
Oh, how about
yeah,
there? There you
cool.
go.
Yeah.
I got it right there. Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, that guy Tim, he knows what he's doing when he designs stuff. How about that, right? Thank you, Tim, for everything that you do for these designs, because it all goes together, and we get so much fun with that. No question. When we started getting into chains, obviously the chain stores wanted things that were different. Obviously the general public loves polymer. Obviously we call clear stamps because you can actually see to position them, and that's why Tim gave in, because he just, not to speak for him, but I know that he loves red rubber more than anything else. But the polymer was an option that the stores knew that they could sell more of his designs by using polymer. So he took the polymer of different images that were in rubber and did them in clear stamps, and then he made stencils that were components of each couple stencils and called them Franken stencils, I think is what he nicknamed them.
I don't know who
lovingly.
came up with that, but one of us did.
But it was fantastic because you could actually get your money out of more than one stencil that would work. So we've got some great examples of this utilized. Boy, the stack is huge on this one.
Yeah,
Jen,
everybody loves these letters. Is the thing.
Well, this one. Most of these have been inspired. The mixed media sets have been inspired by previously released red rubber. This one here, this is the first time this art's been released.
Okay.
well, how about that?
Yeah.
Not only good looking, but you're smart too. There you go. All right, you got all the good hair in the family. All right. Dawn's got some great use of Tim's mesh that he's got.
That card's cool. It's all soft.
Talk about a mummy. I like that one, yes. And the sets that are made of like a family of tags or cards. Here, Jennifer did this one that were fantastic. And as we're doing this, obviously we're picking winners. Jess has gone ahead and, we're getting the names halfway through going along there.
All right, in this card, she uses glow-in-the-dark paint.
Really?
Yeah, so and
Ah.
you look at the next one, woo,
wow.
bam, right?
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. I
Is
should
that the
have brought my purple
the
flashlight
paste?
up here.
Glow in the dark paste?
Yes, yeah, that would be Tim's glow-in-the-dark paste. I love it. And then Michelle went ahead and did this one. It's got the glitter on there. We embossed that glitter on the back and the words. It's fantastic. It just looks wonderful. Candy, I think, yes, Barbara, yes. We all love the candy. Tim's probably got some candy corn on the table right now. I got a feeling Mario's like, hold on there, big fella. Keep your sugar intact over there. But Barbara has done a great job of layering there with Ruthie making that skull again. I still go back to that one you spoke of in the last tag, Trev, the skull that was with that modeling
resist.
of that resistant. Fantastic.
I didn't even catch the embossing powder the first time I saw it until it came back, and I caught the glare of the powder. It's a pretty cool card.
Well, there Ruthie used the part of the etc. tag from the Batweb set that shows, and that's that one we spoke of from Zoe that has the loom on there, and Barbara has really outdone herself.
This is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And Barbara, we can never thank you enough for all the things that you've been doing as you've been going through some things over in Italy, that you've taken time to still be with us and contribute so much. So we thank you so much. But here is, like I was saying, tops of different tags in a family that, you've got all the different words and inspiration that way.
Nice, you can tie those to the top of a wine bottle, and that's your gift wrapped.
Yeah, there you go. Always got to have some alcohol in there.
Oh,
The hooch is always good. So here we've got, again, different types of embossing powders and alike that make this very, very three-dimensional. This is that glow-in-the-dark one. I wish I would have thought of that. I've got my purple light that we use when we show off Tim's light at the shows. But yeah, that does, when you flip the light over, then you've got the glow-in-the-dark.
And it's actually cool just without that.
It is. Yeah. It really is. And like in the warehouse, a lot of nights when you walk through the warehouse at night, turning off lights and so forth in the back where there's, it's on in the shelf. You're like, what's lit up back there? Oh yeah, that's the glow in the dark paste. We've got it back there. And I'm like, this is the one that we spoke of that's got the words that really stand out.
Oh, yeah, it pops.
It really does. And look at that. It's like a New York marquee.
Oh yeah.
Very, very neat. This is the one you spoke of from Dawn, I think. Wasn't
So
it? Dawn made
soft.
this. It is very soft. What a great use of to hide the eyes and the like on and to go ahead and then distress the gauze itself too. Fantastic. And then Barbara, I think Barbara made this little book of tags. We've got to flip through them because they really just look at the detail on all these. Get it right in the right spot. So there's that one, and here we've got this with the stencils in the back. Our cats popped off in the front of the spider web, again with the wording. Tim, don't get hungry. Candy corn delight right here. That is just fantastic. Here we go again with what we've got for the halftone release. And lastly, the halftone here, but then the stencils. But what a nice tag book that is.
I'm always surprised at how polarizing candy corn is.
I love candy corn.
Oh, some people love it, some people despise it. There doesn't seem to be see, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. I like it.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know that certain people in Prescott love it, that's for sure. But this is another one of those skull sets. It's a mixed media set that has the candle, has obviously the flourish and the like, has a skull, and has some of Tim's words from a stencil. So the stencil is done with the stamp here, the reverse, so you can do different things, and then the cathedral windows that are on there.
And this one's called Foreboding. So it's
I like that. Yeah,
frightening.
very, very neat. All right, so we've got some amazing samples with this one. Paper crafting that is, and this has got that special.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to help you with that one.
Help me! I need all the help I
I
can
think
get.
you might need. I don't know.
We might be able to figure it out. I know I was playing with it quite a bit.
You know, well, here's Tim's. His is up now.
Oh, this is it. Yes. Oh.
Yeah, we'll
We'll get to show you some of the fun with that once we get you on the camera.
Well, there we are. Look at the different beautiful submissions that we have. Zoe's done just a fantastic use of the skulls and the like. And then another set done by Jennifer. I think we've shown that
Yeah,
maybe once or
because she's
twice.
used everything in there.
Yeah, talk
As a
about a
kitchen
potpourri
sink
of
set,
fun.
yeah.
And then obviously that one too, that is from that initial one. There's Peggy's card that just jumps right off at you by giving it a little pull. It creates all different types of detail that you have.
That's great background on that one.
It really is. It really, really is. And the skull is just, the right one for that background, so you can have the detail and the busyness contrast with itself. So this is that background stamp, obviously, with the blueprints and the skulls, different skulls and so forth. So that's a great use of that. Here's this one we spoke of where they've got the skull that's definitely got the detail that you want, but yet contrasts so nicely with the dark background. It really highlights. Oh, you get a little blue going in there. Yikes! This is Zoe's tag that's got, again, the use of that. Her artistic ability is, and the way that she pairs things are just, perfect. Oh, love them. Thank you so much for this. And then when we get to Tim's use of his etc. tag, he's got a few surprises on here. So on the bottom, we've got the bat trim here. Look at the way he's done his little brads up on top don't know if you can see the brads there, but those brads have the string on there, and a neat one of his ideology tags with the spider. But here's the cool thing. If you hit the right here, you've got the little light that comes on. And again, on our
We need Trevor to help with
on our sister site, we have this, but it's been out there for a little bit of time. And Tim is always one for toys. But look,
You blow directly at it.
you blow on it and it goes out. So
All right.
you light it.
Show from the front.
Yeah, that'll be a better view, yeah. You gotta blow it out. There you go.
You're making a mess now.
Tim, I didn't mean to like do any more spritz and flick with your tag. I apologize, but I mean, what an amazing etc. tag this is. He's got 2 different etc. tags. I could just see he told Mario, go in the garage and tear that one apart. Either that or they took a saw to it. I'm not sure which. So the front one, put on top the back etc. tag, and then all these little brads are put in, and a spirographic usage of the string on that, and then putting on the bottom piece where you've got the etc. bat trim in there, and then he's got this right in there. You give it a little press, on comes a light, and then off goes the light by giving it a little toot. So be careful what kind of ink you use there. You could be making a mess. But what's that called, Trev, the light itself?
Tim just put it in here. It's the Pear Blossom Pear Candle Light.
That's correct, Pear Blossom, yes.
Pear Blossom Press Candle Light.
Yes, it is fantastic and a lot of fun. But the gimmicks on this are fantastic, but just look at the beautifulness of the tag itself. It's great. So thank you for this submission. When Trevor showed it to me, I'm like, I knew we sold them, but I didn't even know that how it was utilized. Dawn and Ruthie were the ones that found it for us from Pear Blossom Press, and then all of a sudden here it is utilized this way, and it's great. Love it. And so the next mixed media set is another one that's got different great stamps on it, little tiny blueprints of sets from the hat, the broomstick, and the pumpkin. A nice bunch of different sediments that go there. The stencil itself that are here for us that you can utilize in the backgrounds and the like, and then lots of nice samples that you can utilize for this. I love the music, man. It just really adds to it. It really just makes everything kind of
flows, right?
Yeah, and it gets rid of those quiet moments that you're kind of like, ooh.
Little fun, a little scary.
Yes, exactly. So these are different paper crafting yet again that show the different uses, just folding paper and the like. This was earlier from Luise where we utilized one of her cards that had the obviously the Sizzix stencil in it and all the different layering techniques. And then here's a 4-coordinate one or 6-panel card, I should say. 7, I guess, if you count the front.
She liked the stencil in this set is really popular. It got used in a lot of cards.
Did it really? Yeah. Both parts of it, both the stars and the
stars too.
The stars specific. Yeah. Yep. Jennifer made 4 or 5 little tags there that are just fantastic. And again, the pictures are one thing, but when you actually start to see it, she had 2 of these where there was that, and I believe also the poison bottle that had the image popped off the front. And then Barbara's done the same type of thing where we've got the full blueprint of the pumpkin. And this is that piece of paper folding technique that Peggy had where the dots are connected to the card, and then the pumpkin ties in that bottom piece of that paper.
I saw another comment asking if we had the Pear Blossom light on our website. It is not up there yet, but it'll be up there again on Monday with the Nano Spinner.
But they're currently, I think, on the Archon Wild. They're not on the Archon Wild side.
Just double checked.
Okay. Gotcha. so many of the different things that are out there we sell in different ways, and I've sold them for years in different spots by putting them all on the site. A lot of times things are in and out of stock, and it makes it a tough thing when you're on the site because they're always on a back order per se sometimes. So Vicky's gone ahead and done her different works with that, and that's like how we showed earlier with Jen, where the Trick or Treat is part of that newsprint set.
I see another comment asking what our sister companies are. If you want to help me down the list, there's Arkham Wild, Darcy's, Northwoods versus Inky Antics, and of course Stampers Anonymous.
And there's links to all of those at the bottom of the Stampers Anonymous site.
Yeah, Tom's done real good to make things so you can jump back and forth. So here is, of course, the first card that we saw that's got the layering of the pumpkins on it and alike. And then this one here has got a little bit of a wiggly wobbler on there. We love that.
Boy.
That's enough to make you dizzy. But
That kind of hurts.
Michelle Pearson made this one, and one of our fantastic artists that always is creating for us. The stencil has got the paste coming through that one. And then this one, how about this? You look at it, you think, oh, that's kind of neat paper folding. And then, whoa,
Wow.
it opens up, and it's got all the different blueprints in there from that set. So you talk about taking that set with all the blueprints and then making that creative masterpiece. Dawn did that. And showed us how to really make something pop like that. So again, all these will be on the site and all the social media. Definitely look to everybody's blogs and the like for how they do things. This next one is another mixed media. This one's got great graphics on it. Tim came up with some really neat, some of it probably his old medicine labels, I imagine. Tim would know that best. And it is, what's the name on this one, Matt? I just know it as the number.
Oh, you know what? I can't remember.
It's 202.
Yeah.
It's 202. We know it as 202.
It's got a name too, but
Wait, I think I have it here.
Oh yeah, you do. It's
I
on the
do.
sheet.
I have it on here, and it is called The Chemist. All right.
Should have guessed.
Yes, yes. This guy needs some more chemistry. He doesn't look like he's very well nourished.
I know.
But again, these right here, these tags are fantastic, just to accent cards and utilize the detail of fine artistry at its best. But here we have different submissions. Vicky's got a great use of an etc. tag here. We've got Jennifer's different uses of all of the pieces in artist trading card size. Zoe went ahead and utilized poor Slim Jim there. That he is. He definitely took the Ozempic a little too far. Jennifer's gone ahead here and
He just appears in the bottom left of that one. Yeah.
and we've got the other version of the Chemist that was one of Brett's images that Tim helped with back doing that.
There's the stencil in the background on this guy.
Oh, okay, sure,
Yep.
sure, yes. And obviously this is that sliding tag that had the paper that was like a pull card that all came right out. And then we've got the stencil here again with the plus signs and so forth, aged and distressed beautifully. And that would be this one right here, done by Barbara. And it is, the little guy is cut out and embossed and alike on top of some great foil paper. Then with the different stencil uses of putting on some pastes that are black on topped off with embossing powder, it really changes up the way that looks. And the detail by stamping a skeleton and cutting it out and then having it also on the background, it just really makes it look all the better for the detail use, because you could never cut that out, that's for sure. This one by Zoe has all of the same type of things, but it's all in one use, and the skeleton himself is done with the embossing powder and alike. The pluses that were used again with the paste, that's just plain black paste to give it its look and alike. And then this was done by Vicky on an etc. tag with our new as we're getting to it, what did you call those now? You call them the sugar skulls?
Sugar skulls.
Sugar skulls. Part of the ornamentals that Matt has been designing. And I just love the way, look at, she's got these brads holding in by the eyes. I don't even know, can I pick that up?
Those look more like nails than brads.
Well, those are nails, you're right, yes, yes. But it holds them in position, and it's just, they're up here, they're by the eye, by the ear, over here by the cheekbone.
And by the eye, it looks like the eyelashes kind of reminds you of Clockwork Orange.
How did you see that movie? That's
I've never seen the movie. I've just seen
you should be watching that kind of
posters.
Stuff. You're still my little man there, so let's keep that. But the stencils on the back. Look at the skulls. When she did it with the paste, it just makes the stencil go to a whole new look. Let's see if I can get that just right. But what a beautiful tag this is, and we thank you for that. So now on to the next mixed media. This one is called Halloween Cutouts. Yes, and it's a fun set that has got a great stencil with the pumpkins on it. We've got some words that we can now utilize in different aspects and usages. And then the spider webs and stars, the moon, and then our little guys, that silhouette we spoke of earlier, and then trick or treat. So Tim's artwork is always being reinvented by him in different aspects, different ways, and then therefore it can be used and looks totally different each time. Dawn made this folding card also that just takes a couple pieces of paper and just makes it into a masterpiece. Barbara took those pumpkins on that stencil and made that stand out so nicely, which we love. And then different types of, there's that candy corn one from Barbara again. Magnificent. That's great. And this one here, the picture has got it nice and bright, where Vicki also, when you have it in different light, it looks dark too. I don't know how she does the things she does with the usages of the different inks and the like, but it's crazy. It's fantastic. Love it to death how those things work. So first one here, we've got Luise's little speckle on here, the stencil wording done with embossing powder and alike. Then the leaf stencils, the leaf cutouts from Sizzix, and then obviously the trick or treat with the people and alike here that really show off the different things. And then of course it's got spritz and flick all over with a brush. This is the one I was speaking of from Vicki, that 1 minute it looks dark, 1 minute it looks really bright, depending on what kind of light you've got it in. But the way that she can make a background is fantastic. And on her blog, she's got different things that she shows off, the ways that she does things. Here we've got the embossing, just regular embossing powder. That could be, that's embossing powder. I was gonna say it could be a glaze, but it's embossing powder for that purpose. And it is, again, I just amazed at how 1 minute it's bright, and the next minute it's dark, just depending on that light hits it.
Different colors too. It's like almost iridescent.
It is. Iridescent's a great wording for that. You're right. And then Dawn did this one, as we spoke of, that just takes it. What? I gotta have the camera even farther away to do this.
I love all the different styles with the same colors. It just fits the theme nice.
It really does. And it's a tag, or excuse me, it's a card that can be mailed in a little mailer, so it's safe and sound. All right. Next up is it's another mixed media set that we call Halloween Tidbits. When I say we, Tim calls it Halloween Tidbits. And we've got a great stencil behind it that is there. And these are great for, obviously, accenting all kinds of different things from wording and alike. And it is another one that just really is versatile in so many different ways. We've got a complete set of tags here that my goodness, they have some detail on here. Jen took the idea of that embossing and just made that. It looks like melted candy. It's just gorgeous. Now that tag or that card I haven't seen yet, but it must be somewhere.
I think you did see it. We saw it earlier.
Or it's not an upcoming one coming up. Okay. So we've got here, obviously this is the old Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had some hair, but here we've got some really pretty hand sewn detail on the outside, buttons galore. It's the color. You would think that Jen Shirkus made these, but the color look the way that they are, or Sharon that she's got that same look where everything's bright. And this time Luise did it. That we thank her for that. And what a beautiful set these are. And then this one is done by Jen, where we've got different use of the embossing powders through the stencil alike, the wording, and then also stamped on with it's like melted goodness right there. So again, if you can see that,
it does look like a Jolly Rancher or something, just melted in a parking lot.
Yeah.
In the back of your car, on the seat. Yeah, there it is.
There you go. You're right about that. And we also chose this time different stencils, as we always like to do. As Trev said, this one here looks like, what do you say, leopard spots?
Reminds me of giraffe spots.
There you go. And these are the lines that earlier were used on a card. Put these all here. My goodness, maybe I just do a little waterfall of some sort. Don't know how to display all these. Every time we're just so blessed to have so many great pieces of art. Thank you, Tim, for all that. So then we've got the big sets, obviously, as they are here, shown as a waterfall. Zip, zip, zip. And then the mini sets that are sometimes the same ones, but in this case we chose other ones. So there's 3 stencils in a mini set. And then last but not least, one of Tim's masterpieces, his moo masks that come in multiple sizes. They've got the background piece to make your block out, and then the detail piece to lay on top.
Everybody loves moon masks.
It is,
oh yeah.
It may be his best-selling stencil, isn't it?
I think it is,
I think that it is. We've made our share of moon masks over the years, that's for sure, and continue to do so. If you don't have a set of moon masks, you need them.
You need them. Go get your moon masks.
How about that? Wow, look at all those stencils. People say, I love the moon masks. I try to read those comments all the time, and it's just, it's neat for that. Well, that's a nice etc. tag too. Yes, love it. But Jennifer, that's that one with the glow in the dark stenciling or glow in the dark pastes again. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Both ways. It's what a great display of that. We still have plenty of that if anybody wants to get their glow on, as it were.
This one's got great shading that's used at the mask. It looks like it. It almost looks like you could be able to peel it right off the.
Ruthie used the part of that etc. tag also to prop the birdie up on top of that. Here again, we've got the newsprint, and then back to one of our very first ones that Cassie's gone ahead and utilized with the new stencils there.
I love the mini flowers on the left of this one.
Oh yeah,
that's so cool.
And utilizing 2 different backgrounds at the same time, or one on top of the other. Again, it just goes to show how those are done that way.
Flowers again, the roses, right? Yeah.
And this is the one that Darby made 4 of them that were fantastic for the new sugar skulls that Matt designed through our ornamentals. And then Michelle went ahead, and the background stencil is
linen,
but then we've got the blueprint pumpkin up on the face of this. Here's linen done. Is this? It's done a little more done with the stencil being wet to make it so that it's got like the blurry look, I believe. And then Barbara here,
twisted.
Yes.
It's a Tim Burton looking tree branches in the background. Again, same one.
Same skull, but a different way, showing off Darby's talents. Dawn went ahead and made a long card, as we saw a few stamp sets before. And here's that one where it folds back up into one on the front, but you actually have 3 done. Susie's used the bat trims through the whole thing on this etc. tag on all of her makes. We'll have that one coming up. And then Keisha has got the, like you said, the Tim Burton look behind there with the family all in the front.
There's
And,
flames
yes.
on that skull. Flames again. That's the best one.
You like that?
Oh, it
flames?
is. It's the best stencil. Always was.
Peggy went ahead and this is that one from the beginning, one of the first cards we saw at the very beginning of this. And then, of course, Keisha's got the halftones utilized here once again.
String.
With the string behind there, the stencil of that behind it. And then this has got
whole bunch of
got
them,
a
yeah.
bunch of different ones. The string, the mesh,
She
moon
used
masks.
She used some from the mixed media sets, too.
Yes. Each is so wonderful. You're right. Dory's saying that different people have different uses of their own interpretations of things. And then this one's got so many uses in the stencils all the way through. You really stacked them all in here,
and
didn't
you have to really look hard sometimes to see them all, but they're once you find them, you can't unsee them. You know, it's super cool.
I agree, Leslie. The folded cards are fantastic. I also like those quite a bit. As I say, the paper crafts really make a difference. Wendy says the Tim Burton trees for the win.
Yeah,
she likes
they're
that
nice.
one. No question about that.
Super color in that one.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Good job, Jen.
And so now we're going to go ahead and just try to do a little more justice to them. This one here is that one that you said, like you talked about how the moon
Yeah,
mask.
it doesn't look like you just
shading.
put your finger under there and feel
Oh,
that
right.
moon right up.
You feel like you could give that a little flick and so forth. Done with an etc. tag and then the etc. trim in the front. Obviously, this is the one you spoke of where we've got the background stamped up here, but then put the flower on top of it, and it just changes the entire look of how that looks. The raven is really something that just jumps right off there. Great use for that. Here's the tag, the 8-panel tag we spoke of earlier that's got the different types of stenciling done with pastes. And as we spoke of, when these things were first brought out, there were no pastes even out there that in the different styles that Tim has created with Ranger. Here is the Tim Burton tree, along with the blueprints and the like that shows off that. And it's always the matting. I'm always amazed at how I was always taught, make sure you mat something because, or outline it, because that really sets that card apart. And just by taking and distressing a little bit of black ink over that green, that also changes everything quite a bit for the way that it looks. And here again, this moon mask again, the shading is absolutely spectacular. It really does fade off to the edges as it would like up in the sky. The same type of thing with that. Mm-hmm. This blueprint on top of the linen with the different, she's got little tags with the brads on here, and the brads go through, and the piece that holds it in, the clock hands are there, and then of course the blueprint. And then this is another one of those folding ones that just, here's your flame up front, Matt, and then obviously you've got your giraffe and your Tim Burton, and it's got every one of them on there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, as many of them do. All right, I promise we're almost getting to the end of this. Try not to ever go more than an hour. I think.
We're blown way by that.
I kind of shot past this a little bit. The samples just keep
There's
coming
a lot.
in.
There's
a
so
lot.
much
The
to see,
samples
yeah.
just keep coming
Halloween just inspires everybody. I guess.
Yeah, everybody's favorite.
in. And we've got such neat new artists helping out with everything too. It changes up everything. So here we've got the etc. tags that are, been with us for a while. These rectangular panels are fantastic for a background to create things with and build on top of. Paula and Tim came up with this idea years ago, taking a product that we had not really being used properly or as much as we could have, and then Tim attached his magic with different consultations from his team and came up with things, and then he also just came up with great designs to make like these bat trims. It's it just makes such great pieces, parts with buildable pieces that you can utilize to make the things. And then we've got some samples of those. So Ruthie's gone ahead. That's that one that we spoke of where different pieces, parts are all used together. Susie's got her samples of this. We must have used one of them somewhere else that was sideways to that.
Yeah.
Dawn's Gates that made it to Cleveland with her fantastic packing skills. Is this going to be a multi? Oh, that's for the sugar skulls. Oh, I was going to say this is going to be multiple slide in, but this is all the separate things.
There's an overlap.
Gotcha.
The Venn diagram between these last two is
Let's not
pretty
forget.
tight.
Let's not forget this one with the etc. tags, where one's cut in half, and then that amazing netting putting on top with the artistry of the boss on there, and then we got a little blowout candle on. So here we have the utilizing the bat trims multiple different ways to decorate. This reminds me of some of Tim's earlier Advantis like curtains around different things that he had.
Okay.
He had.
It's very theatrical.
It is.
Yeah.
So this is again, the best way to do this is to kind of just hold this up and just see all the different layers that are up there and out there for this. The embossing powder over the acetate over the picture. Jennifer, even the background is done gorgeous, running through with the embossing folders on one of Tim's 3D folders on his new big size ones. Those are, I believe, the A5s, if I'm not mistaken. Tim could probably help us with that. And then also all the little ferns along with the candles. But on that etc. tag itself,
It's solid.
It
Solid
is-
base.
It is solid base, no question. And this is one of the two that we had that Susie made. The first one was this way with the bat trims on the outside. This one's got it on the top and the bottom, and then utilized with the stencil, with the paste and so forth, that really makes that just...
Here's the other part of the set if you wanted to show those together.
Oh, there! Oh, it is. I didn't see that. Oh, okay. Perfect. Thanks, Trev.
No problem.
I realized I didn't think I touched it yet, or was that
It
another
was,
one?
it was in the first.
It was
first
in the
group.
first. Okay. All right. So there's the two of them, and what an accent to the tag itself or the background.
Again, I just love those paper doll looking people.
They did start, and then this is that masterpiece that is reminiscent of something Tammy might make, but utilizing the bat trims around the outside here to make the depth of the project.
The shadows cast by the gates
Yeah.
are really cool.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Exactly, and these small sliver pieces Tim included in there when you guys designed those, so that you could build the different layers with this. So this project is obviously, like I said, the etc. rectangle panel in the background with the gates on the front. And
That's
then
the cathedral windows.
cathedral windows from.
Yeah.
We had that in the Easter one, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we've done it a couple of
but
times.
But we have it
It'll
on the
be back,
website.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you
So-
can get them anytime you want.
yeah, we've got them in stock. Obviously, always making more, but this just really is just and it's got a lot of heaviness to it. Now, I wouldn't recommend mailing this to just any old person.
No.
More
Make
of
it
a
special.
home decor thing,
Yeah.
Yes.
for your own house. But like you said, Matt, I do love the way the gates
Yeah.
have that light just go. Okay, all right. So then on to our latest creation that Matt has made.
Look, I have a graphic.
There you go. The graphic. I hope Mom's still watching. Your son is doing you proud, Mom.
She's sleeping by now.
No.
Jeez.
I doubt that. But
So,
go ahead. You talk about it. So this is something you should be talking
yeah,
about.
all right. Well, I was, with all these ornamentals, I was fairly inspired by Tim's line of etc. stuff. And I thought, well, I wanted to do some things that were more complete projects, or you could incorporate them into larger things. But this one I thought was really fun for Halloween, and I think that none of the other stuff that we have really touches the Day of the Dead theme at all. And I thought, wow, geez, I can totally hit that. So we've got in each package there's I'll show you here. There's 4 cutout skulls with all the little bits that you can cut out. The teeth are engraved in it, so you know you can the teeth are always going to be there. They don't fall out. But the nose piece and the eye pieces can be all separate. And this also comes with a stencil so that you can be very precise in your decoration on the face if you want.
Well, that's neat for that tattoo look of the Day of the Dead type thing, or the makeup.
Yeah, and
right.
Here you can see it in its component pieces there.
That is great. And this is the ones that you talked Darby into making, so you can have some advertising pictures to start off with.
Right.
Before we had our on-staff person, right?
Because we have to send these to all the distributors,
right.
And I had nothing to show them. So,
right.
But Darby did a great job. She really
right.
nailed it. Yeah.
Yep. The original artist for Art Gone Wild. But just amazing, the different samples that we have here.
Yeah.
This one is done by Darby.
Yep.
It's so neat to see, whether it be spooky or whether it be cute or whether it be elegant or whether it be just simple and or complicated as can be too, depending on how you want it to go. And the samples that we got from the artists, wow. I'm gonna have to be flipping these over back and forth to see. I didn't even see some of these on the table when I was walking through here. Dawn made this one up, and this is amazing paper crafting with the little floral pieces on top. This is both a distressed yet pretty card. It's the same way of saying it. I don't know if you can even say that, but I think that flower kind of makes it transcend into the two styles.
Well, it's very Day of the Dead.
Very.
It's,
Yes.
Yeah.
Here Michelle took and made a use of the stencils on top of that too, with the string stencil, and that's the silliest giraffe I've ever seen.
One of my goals with this particular project was I wanted you to be able to either make like scary skulls or cute skulls, and you know it gives you the option either way, and you can tell that the makers ran with both of those.
Very true, very, very true.
This one actually is going to haunt my nightmares forever. Those eyes
are creepy.
They peer right into your soul.
Ruthie really went into that.
I can't say it's my favorite one, but it's the one I'm going to remember forever.
It looks like loofah gone wild, you know. What a use of netting there, my gosh. Let's get back to something that's a little more Halloween-y. Okay, my goodness. And I, like I said, Peggy, when she did these curtains, it reminds me of one of Tim's pieces that he did when he had the Advantis circus curtain or stage curtain, I guess you'd call it. You're right, though, Julie. It is very Day of the Dead, no question about that. Joy loves Vicky's. That's great. How about that? We've got some great different ones that go together. And it's so funny when people are inspired by things. Darby is such a talented artist in so many ways, but she does love skulls. And
yeah, I know. I told her, hey, do you want to paint up some of these skulls for us? Yes.
So here's some great use of the skulls here, and different pieces that she cut out and so forth, with the Tim Burton tree in the back. How about that? And this is another one by Darby that has both panels for the rectangle panels on it, and great use of the flowers, and there's the fire stencil right on that skull. Mm-hmm. My gosh, look at that, and the monocle use. I just love that. Very, very pretty. And this is that one I spoke of that's got so many different components on both the ornamental skull, but also the etc. tags and so forth with the spider webs on there, and then the paper crafting curtain on it. Darby did this one also. This is totally Day of the Dead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got that cool metallic ink on there too.
And the great use of the stencil. But yeah, it definitely has that metallic appeal to it. This one is, I was going to say it's got to be, and it is.
Yep,
It's Luise. There you go. This is that one that transcends the flowers. I still think it makes it very, very distressed, but also has the detail that I'd like to see. The color is just gorgeous.
I was really psyched to see what she was going to do with this, and she did not disappoint.
Never
As
does.
she never does. Yeah.
Never does.
We got a question on here about whether or not we'll have all these makes posted on the website.
There will be, absolutely, yeah. And in fact, I think if you go there now to each individual page, you can see them. So yeah.
We're also going to continue posting them on social media. So
Right.
keep an eye
Yeah,
out
they'll
there.
be going through on Instagram.
But most importantly, by having it on our site and on the artist sites, that way then they can see how to make
Yep.
it themselves too, and be able to have that at their use always as a inspiration. But this is that metallic ink again. I think Darby made this one. It's got that metallic ink, and the faces just jump out at you. The bat wings, just by having the bat wings being white with distressed on there is fantastic. And this one was done by Cassie, but a little bit of the distress paste on there that crackled on it, so that you've got the poor guy looks like he needs to go to the dermatologist. This is that one that Matt's going to think about
Oh,
for
boy.
a while. Let's see if we can get the eyes in there. Ooh. But maybe I should start wearing something like that, because it'll make my head not so shiny. But
You wouldn't have
again,
to worry about the sun as much.
That's true. That is true. But boy, that's just like keeping that right out of there. How about look at those eyes? They are mesmerizing. And then this is where Dawn did this one, didn't she?
I believe so, yes.
Yep, Dawn did this one. The flowers are just beautiful. Again, Day of the Dead to the max on this. And then we'll end up here with this one, done by Jennifer. What a nice
Super
exhibit!
cool.
What a nice exhibit, as it were. Whoa! But again, using an etc. tag that is one of the others. Is that scallops?
Yeah.
Yep. And again, the detail with the stencil is just fantastic. Love these, just absolutely love these. I don't know, the paper. Either way, that's fine. Perfect. All right. So we've got some winners. We've got some things to talk about, and then let you guys have your Saturday back. Thank you for being with us through this. I'm sorry that it took us a little while, but we had a lot to do. First and foremost, let's talk about the winners. We have 10. Just picked the 10 winners. We're looking. Just contact us at what's that say?
Support.
At stampersanonymous.com.
There you go. Support it. I got to look at the camera. Now they want me to look somewhere else.
Oh.
I'm a guy. I can only do one thing at a time.
There's comments, there's cameras. What are you going to
Walking and chewing gum is not my forte. All right. So we've got Lynn Lloyd. We've got Elaine F. So Elaine F is 4474. What's Lynn Lloyd? What's that up there?
T1T. I think if you just go by the name, they'll know who they are. And
All
then
right, so we'll start again. Let's go. Lynn Lloyd, Elaine F, Urita Perfatter, Kim Greenslade, Witchcrafting with Cat, Janice Carl Designs, Christy S. Satterfield. So it's Christy Satterfield, I guess. Donna McPhillips, Ken Silv, Kensilv, 9518, and then Wendy Casper. So if you contact support@stampersanonymous.com, you're going to get it's a gift certificate. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And that you can spend on the site to get some of these new things or old things, whichever you choose. And then for orders that are placed, we've got different things that we do. Obviously, we have some tiered different money levels that you can then get a different discount on. And then this time we're giving away, we always try to give up a gift.
Just this weekend.
Just this weekend. This one's only through, what, is it Sunday night or Monday morning?
Midnight Sunday.
Midnight Sunday. This is it's another mixed media set with Tim's great scarecrow and obviously the bats and the corn and the moon. This is the free gift that you get with a $50 purchase for the weekend only. So you place your order soon enough. So for people that are rewatching this, sorry, but we're trying to inspire you then to watch it the next time.
Yeah, I got to
Maybe
get live,
with us.
right?
Well, we want everybody to be with us and tell us what we should be, doing. Oh, and look at Christy's so excited. She says thanks already. We do want to congratulate all the winners. We want to thank you all for being with us. We would be remiss if we didn't thank the great staff at Stampers Anonymous that do all the hard work to make all this stuff happen, whether it be in shipping, whether it be manufacturing, whether it be in the web design, social media and the like. We are just blessed to have an amazing crew. Our family is truly family. As I said, Matt and Zach are brothers, and Tom and Will are father-son. I'm lucky to have my young man working with me and learning the ranks. The fourth generation is well on its way to kicking me out the door, so I'm going to be sad when that happens. Oh darn, today maybe.
Maybe.
But,
Hey, Ted.
Sir.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? We are going to these sites over the next couple of months. We'll be in Hamburg, New York. We'll be in Westminster, Maryland, Southfield, Michigan, Hampton, Virginia, and then down to Mesquite, Texas. And as we continue to evolve the shows, we have started here and there with doing some crops at our shows, so people have a spot to sit down and do some things. Not all of them have a crop, but some have classes. Some don't have classes. It depends on our exhibitors on who wants to do different things. So hopefully we'll be, seeing all of you there. Come say hi to us. Let us know how you like or don't like what we're doing, so we can either get better at it, or we try to keep it short and sweet. But that's not the easiest thing to do.
We have links to all of those shows in the show notes for this video. So if you need to check those out,
Perfect.
Please do.
Perfect, right. And just always check back with the website. We've always got new things coming. I know some of our other artists have some Halloween launches coming along. That'll be neat. We're just blessed to have so many great people, as I say, on the staff of the company. Our makers, we can't thank our makers enough for all the great things that they do. We couldn't do this without the makers.
Of course not. Absolutely.
They're the ones that really put this all together. And when Tim suggested that we get the makers creating, it was neat. And then now they're coming up to me saying, hey, can we make for you? I make for a different line that Tim has, and I've got a little extra time. Can I make something? So we take a look at whether it'll fit in with what we're trying to do. As you can see, we've got a full bevy of talent that helps us and so forth. We just couldn't be more blessed and thankful that you're all with us on a Saturday afternoon and enjoying, hopefully, the great creativity. Sorry about me talking so much, but we give it a go. There's Matt. It's time. Line this up. Okay. Yes, sir. He's like the studio director. There you go. Robin, we sure thank you. So thanks for saying thanks, but we really thank you. And to Cindy, the same thing. We're blessed to have all the family members here that do all those things. We've got that great song that Luise and her friend brought to us. And so, am I missing anything? Gosh,
I think you got it all.
Thank
you all for coming on, sharing your Saturday with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you all the next one.
We're doing it for Christmas. It's going to start pretty soon. Right there it says, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you for the Christmas curations, as Rhonda said. Oh, we got to thank Rhonda down in Florida. My gosh, I almost forgot about her. She's the one that puts all the hard work together. As I say, I look at what Tim and Mario did for years, collecting all these samples, getting them all made, taking all the pictures, sending them everywhere, taking and giving away the free gifts. 2 of them. We got like 9 people doing this, and we're all busy.
It's a lot more work than you think.
Yeah, it's a lot. And to think we're doing it for 1 line, and they're doing it back in the day for 5 lines times 4 or 5 releases. Egads, crazy. Tammy, thank you. I hope that you did enjoy it. Tammy's one of our fantastic makers, and we sure appreciate you being with us. It's just great all the way around. I could talk forever, so I got to shush.
He will talk forever.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Don't forget to get your free stamp set this weekend if you want to do that. It's got the stencil on there. It's a great stencil set. And take advantage of all the great offers that we have on the website. Thank you for being with us. Hope we inspired you with the great art from our team. And thank you to everyone that helps make this all work. So,
Looking forward to seeing you all on the next live or on the road.
and have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Nice show. 2 hours. Definitely a lot. But really good, honestly.
Others
Good show.
do puzzles. There's hikers and bikers, wise men knit scarves, Netflix and chill, or dancing all night. Yoga, sunrise, or baking a pie. But I'm a stepper's an anonymous. Stamps and stencils and addiction that doesn't hurt. Paper and ink, that's where my heart is. You do you, but I can't resist this. I'm a stepper's anonymous. Nature's moments, where it all began. The professor, the inspector, Mona sketchbook, oh man. Urban tapestry, spooky stuff, more study and flutter. Tiny text and ledger scripts, they all matter. Eclectic adverts, crazy birds too. Tim and Ted have a stamp set for every mood. But I'm a stepper's anonymous. Stamps and stencils and addiction that doesn't hurt. Paper and ink, that's where my heart is. You do you, but I can't resist this. I'm a stepper's anonymous. Yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm a stepper's anonymous. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm proud to say